Boom. All right, welcome back everybody on the YouTubes. We just finished destroying, decimating, ripping apart this land god with his own mounted cluster bomb launcher. And then now this lady realizes that she's been believing all of the wrong things this whole time. I still think we could have just like tore this thing apart, rebuilt it as a good land god, and like destroyed the corruption, but hey, what do I know? We'll just kill him. That seems to be the easier solution, I guess. Hate to see their build an apple for that backup. Hey, I only pay 99 cents for mine.
Wish I knew how to restore them. And there's data here from...
Hey, I did unlock more corrupted overrides. Sweet.
Got what you need?
Imagine frickin' overriding a bristleback, dude. Of course, we're still a little upset that we can't actually ride them when we override them. But at least we could make a bristleback our, like, bodyguard. That would be pretty sweet. Enter the facility, don't mind if I do. Oh, we have 35 skill points. I guess we should probably use some of those sometime. Holy shit. Whoops. I knew I've been forgetting something. My bad. I feel like we've been doing perfectly fine without doing any of this, though. Fire a special arrow that attaches to an enemy for a limited time. Detonate it with a melee attack to deal extra damage. Attach multiple ammos to trigger a stronger explosion. You, like, literally have not upgraded any skills since the very beginning of the game. My bad. Close in on an enemy with a quick strike. Can also be used to connect or break out of combos. That's pretty sweet. I feel like all this stuff is just pointless. Oh, that one sounds kind of cool. Burst fire. Fire 3 arrows of your currently selected type at a quick burst. What the hell? That sounds cool. I could knock out a weak spot in one shot. No. Yeah, sure, why not? The game's like, oh, you're able to unlock the entire skill tree. Build up a powerful spin that strikes all surrounding enemies and clears the area around you. R1, R1, pause, R1, R1. Sure, why not? I'll never remember that combo, but okay. Energy surge. Energize your spear quickly with a powerful final strike. Okay. Wow, there's a lot of combos in this game. What the hell? What is this, Mortal Kombat? Holy shit, man. I'm not going to remember any of these. Attach a power module to your spear to deal more damage with melee attacks for a limited time. Sure, why not? Might as well. We have the skills to pay those bills. Why are only 2 of the 3 orbs lit? What? Am I missing something here? Shouldn't this one be lit up? Huh. Oh, do we need this one? I think we need this one. What? I don't know. Not too worried about it. Anyway, I don't think we're going to do any of these because this is just to craft stuff faster. We don't use any of the shit we can craft anyway. So let's just skip that. Just skip that entire skill tree entirely. Ranged Master. Bolster your resolve and deal more damage with ranged weapons for a limited time. Seems useful. Fire a high arcing volley of arrows to rain down on... That sounds awesome. Let's do that. How do I do it? Uses your currently selected arrow type and depletes a medium amount of weapon stamina. Spread blast. Fire 8 bolts of your currently selected type in a wide short range spread. It's like a shotgun. How do you have a shotgun bow? Oh shit, I unlocked 3 weapon techniques. Look at that. Nice. Why does it keep doing that? Oh, you can level it up. Oh, I need to level this one more level. Triple notch. Didn't we already get a move very similar to that in the last skill tree, where we just shoot 3 arrows at the same time? Unleash an entire clip of bolts while immobile. I don't have a bolt caster. Where the hell do I get a bolt caster from? Way to spoil the game, by the way, and let me know that I'm supposed to get a bolt caster later. Triple shredder. I don't have a shredder either. The game's spoiling everything. Skill trees are literally spoiling the game. What the hell? Spike thrower, I don't have one of those either. What the hell, game? You're spoiling everything. I want to be surprised. Does it use 3 arrows when you fire or just one? Oh, that's a good question. Holy shit, we're going to have so many of these pop up. You have unlocked a weapon technique. Weapon techniques. How did we get this far in the game without learning a single technique yet?
That doesn't sound good.
Weapon techniques are unique, powerful attacks that offer exceptional new strategies in combat. Unlocked techniques are available for all weapons. Tap or hold R1 while aiming to use your selected technique. Using a weapon technique depletes your weapon stamina, which regenerates over time. Switch between available weapon techniques for your current weapon by opening the weapon wheel and tapping left or right. We've gone this whole game without buying a single weapon technique. I was wondering what that empty slot was. Like, if you look where my bow is in the bottom right hand corner, that slot on top has been empty the entire game, and I've been wondering what the hell was supposed to be there. Now we know. That's just how I play games. I never upgrade anything until like the very end of it. Nothing here to scan. Okay, I just keep moving. Keep moving. Just keep moving, just keep moving.
All personnel must vacate the facility immediately.
The voice got really creepy at the end. All personnel must vacate the facility immediately. Are we gonna meet the space people in here like we did the last time?
What exactly was this place?
Seen anything like it before?
Nope.
No.
Got up. Oh, it's the teleporter. This is where they would stand on the Star Trek Enterprise to get beamed out. Then Willy Wonka used the technology to make chocolate bars that you could teleport through
That's
people's
our way
TVs.
Error. Unauthorized access.
What? I'm Elizabeth Sobeck. If I don't have access, who does?
What's going on?
That's creepy.
Well, at least the emergency lights work. What just happened?
We got locked in here.
And I think it's trying to keep us out. I'll scout ahead. See if there's a way to get us in.
Minerva.
You sure we shouldn't come with you?
Yeah, Minerva could be dangerous. Let me make sure it's safe.
Okay.
How do I get in there?
We'll be
Oh,
right here if you need.
I just opened the door that it just told me I couldn't open 2 seconds ago. Minerva, Minerva, what an old-timey name. Oh, this is familiar. We did a lot of this in the first game. Why is the screen all green? What do you mean? Clearly red.
Okay, I need to find where Minerva's hiding. I should look for a way to access the facility systems.
Bad joke about colorblind. Actually, it was. So I've had this recurring idea that pops into my head occasionally. Like, what if, and I'm sure I'm not the first person or the only person to ever think this, or maybe I am and I'm just weird. But like, what if everybody sees colors differently? But because we all use the universal name for them, we all think we see the same thing. You know what I mean?
Restricted access. You are not wanted here.
Nope, sorry. You're not getting rid of me that easily, Minerva.
So what if, like, when I see red on the screen,
cables in the center for?
you actually see what my blue looks like,
These cables connect to something above.
but you don't know
Seems
that we
promising.
see it differently
Finding
because
it
we
up there.
both call it red. You get what I'm putting down? So, like, because we all use the same word for everything, like, no one would ever be able to tell the other one that, like, no, you're wrong. That's not what that looks like to me. Because you would just hear the word blue and be like, yeah, that's blue. Like you're actually seeing what I see as red. But you have no way of correcting me because you don't know that I see it differently. Because there's no way to describe a color without describing a color. You know what I mean? Haven't colorblind tests solved that issue? Not necessarily, because you could still be seeing the colors differently than I do. So, like, just because you're blue-green colorblind or whatever, like, maybe your blue and green look like my purple and pink.
Dead end.
But to me, my blue and green looks like what the original blue and green are supposed to look like. You know what I mean? You know what I mean.
I can feel a draft above. Might be a way out of this shaft.
She said shaft. Oh my god. How is this game not rated M? Just sitting here just talking about shafts all day long. That's what she does to pass the time. Freaking creep. Down there, I can't see. The camera's being really weird. Because I also thought, like, what if as an experiment, now you could never actually do this unless you did it like in a secret government base and never told anybody it happened. Because otherwise I'm pretty sure it would qualify as like child endangerment or like something along those lines. But like, what if you raised a child from birth and you just told him the wrong names for everything?
Door's locked.
Like he didn't experience like other people, he didn't have like social interaction with other children his age as he's growing up.
Right now.
And like you tell him like a fork is a spoon, a knife is a fork. Like nothing too harmful, like nothing that's going to like make him unable to like survive in the real world once he's released into society. But like just little things like that. Like tell him a table is called a chair and a chair is called a table. And just like let him out into the real world and just watch as hysteria ensues. And people are like, hey, make sure you push in that chair. He's like, don't you mean that table? You idiot. And everybody else in the world's like, no, I mean that chair.
Looks like this might be where data's stored.
What are you
but
talking about?
I don't see a way to access the system. I better keep looking.
It's pretty much just like
that way.
a really, really long, drawn-out practical gag, and you just get them the first time. Like it's like Truman Show, where you're like hiding secret cameras around and like videotaping this entire toddler's life until the very first time he has an experience with other adults that they correct him for having the wrong word. And then like all the camera crew comes out and you're like, oh, I totally got you. Oh, 18 years in the making, this prank. Got him. And like secretly, like he needs like tons of therapy. Like he's just completely like brain struck because like all the years of his life have boiled down to him not knowing who he can trust because his parents were lying to him since day one. Talk about destroying a kid's trust forever. Exactly what I'm talking about. You get it. Isn't that hilarious? Isn't that the story of what happened when the Tower of Babel was destroyed? Yeah, kind of. I don't know where I'm supposed to be going. This is where we came from, right? So I don't want to go there. I'm getting too involved in my bits here, and I can't concentrate on the actual game. My bits. The guy's talking like he's an actual professional streamer and has a big following. That's the way I want to end up going in the end.
Looks like I should head up.
Oh shit, I don't know I could go up. Never mind. I'm blind. As parents, we do ruin our kids' trust, like telling them Santa Claus is real and the Easter Bunny. I've always kind of struggled with that, honestly, because I'm like, you're supposed to be like, especially as Christians, like you're supposed to live like honest truths and everything like that. But then at the same time, we turn around and like tell our kids like all these fantastical creatures are real. I was gonna make a real bad joke, but I decided to keep it to myself. About fantastical creatures that we tell people are real.
Close. If I can get Minerva to cooperate, I can merge it with Gaia.
Ooh, man, I'd
Finally
love
bring
to
her
merge
back.
with something.
And we can start fixing the blight, the storms, and maybe she can help me figure out who those strangers in the proving lab were. Why did they have a clone of Elizabeth? Why did they want it back up?
All the questions. That's all the questions I'm hoping get answered at some point by the end of the by the end of this game. Pretty much just encompassed everything that we're all wondering. What am I doing here? Am I grinding? Is this a grind rail? I run the grind and then jump off? That seems like a really bad decision. I don't feel like that's where I want to go. Something tells me.
Might lead me to a way back in. But how to reach them?
Something gives me a strong feeling I don't want to just take a leap of faith off this thing. But otherwise, why is it here, though, is the question. Cannonball! Oh. Okay, well, there's that. Didn't actually do what I thought it was going to do. I thought I was going to die. Hope that's thin ice. Was not. But now I don't know how to get back up. I think I was supposed to die there, actually. I think the game might have glitched. I think I was supposed to die from fall damage, because now there's literally no way to get back up. Yeah, there's literally no way back up. What the hell? Oh, there's a way back up. Never mind. I lied. Oh, I'm back where I started. What kind of secret is that? I've kind of been like super excited to get that PSVR 2. Primarily to play this Horizon game that's on it. But like the longer the game's been out and the more reviews have come out for it, I'm kind of like losing interest. Not in the VR headset, but in the Horizon game that came out with it. Like it doesn't really seem like it's a great game. Most people honestly seem to be kind of bored with it and be like, it's not really much of a game as much as it is a tech demo. And I'm like, well, that's highly disappointing. Oh, there you go. That's what we want to do.
To that ledge.
Oh, I keep forgetting that's a frickin' thing I have, dude. You use it so infrequently. It's not like Breath of the Wild where you have to glide every 10 seconds. But crazy thing about it is I'm not much of a person for replaying games. Like I hardly ever replay any game. The only game to this day that I've played through from start to finish more than once is Red Dead Redemption 2 and then some like classics like Super Mario World. But I've kind of heard like amazingly good things about Resident Evil Village in VR. So I'm thinking that might be the first game I play in VR when I get my new PlayStation VR headset someday.
Okay.
There's
now
people
I've
who
gotta
have
find a
played
way
it
to
on
plug
the
into
flat
this place.
screen, as we VR enthusiasts like to call it, or pancake. Have played it in VR and been like, holy shit, it's like a completely different game. It's so much scarier playing it in VR.
Looks like some kind of dome.
Also way more enemies than Breath of the Wild. That's the sad fact that you can say that, because there's really not that many enemies in this game. It's been mostly story. So the fact that in the very like broken up amount of battles we have, there's still more enemies on the map than Breath of the Wild is saying a lot. I felt like that was Breath of the Wild's main, like, to me, con was the world is huge, but there's like so little to do in it.
I need the console. Please.
If it's not like the main dungeons, I say dungeons loosely because there weren't really any dungeons in it, but other than like the main
Do you remember it?
like story-based
Anything?
dungeons in Breath of the Wild, the rest of the map was like completely empty. That's why Elden Ring blew me away in comparison, because I was like, how do you make an open world map that's just filled every 5 steps with something else to do? That's insane.
That's right.
That's right, Minerva, you are part of Gaia.
But only if you give her the chance. I can't reboot her without you.
RE in VR had better be way scarier. Yeah, I never got a chance to play Resident Evil 7 in VR. I had a PlayStation VR headset and I owned that game for the VR, and I never actually played it. I got like 3 hours into it and noped out and never went back. That's why I played through it on stream on the regular TV, because I wanted to play it before Village came out, and I didn't have the VR headset anymore. But it was so scary in VR. But I guess the one thing that I haven't really given much thought to up until this moment in the game is
Sobek. Alpha Prime.
Master override activated.
It's Cortana. Holy shit. No, you played it on stream so you can interact with chat more. Wink, wink. Well, funny thing about that, PlayStation VR 1 headset had software built into it that when you played a game, the chat messages would pop up on screen while you were playing, so you could stream and still interact with chat. I did it a few times when I had it. PlayStation VR 2, there's no system in place to let you stream it to Twitch and still be able to interact with chat. I think it has an option to read the chat messages, but then from what I've heard, like, it doesn't read the name of the chatter, so it just literally is just talking in your ear constantly, reading like text to speech for the messages on the chat. And it's doing that over the audio of the game in the same headset. And I'm like, that sounds really weird. It's God of War. Holy shit. Flashbacks from the first game.
Not Elizabeth.
How does Gaia know who Aloy is?
Discuss,
what the hell?
But initialization
What's happening?
of my heuristic matrix will not be complete for several minutes more. In the meantime, I suggest you familiarize yourself with this facility. It is our best option for a base of operations, and you can make use of its equipment to improve your ability to override machines.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that sounds good.
How does Gaia know about overriding machines? What's happening?
They will be here shortly.
That would be awful. Imagine having 500 people talking at the same time. It's already crowded in there. Yeah, pretty much, right?
Okay. They don't have a lot of experience with things like, well, you.
Apparently, like, the big hit game on PlayStation VR 2 so far is the fact that you can play Gran Turismo 7 in VR. I've never been a racing fan, but I've heard a lot of anti-racing gamers, like, try it and then, like, get completely addicted to it.
No. This time she's real. Laurel, Zoe. This is Gaia.
So, since you haven't seen the first game, like, Gaia is the software program the government made when the Earth was dying that caused all of what's happening in this game. Like, Gaia was a program that controlled these cauldrons that they put in the world, and Gaia, after humanity left the planet...
allowing you to communicate when apart.
Okay.
Good.
Oh no, they're gonna talk for 10 minutes.
A regional control center where Zero Dawn progeny would have overseen terraforming operations.
So they kind of just explained it. So that's why the first game was called Horizon Zero Dawn, is you learn that the reason this planet is the way it is because Elizabeth Sobek and all of these people that you keep seeing these holographic images and videos of created this government-funded program called Gaia. And Gaia was made so that way after the humans left this planet that we destroyed at this point in time that the game takes place, Gaia would control Zero Dawn initiative that turned on all of these cauldrons on the planet that would produce all of these robots and spit them out onto the planet. And each robot had its own separate duty to do to renew the earth and like replenish it back to a living state. But that's where we were, like, that's where the first game starts, is like, this is how the planet's been for years. This is just what these people know is true, is that these robot animals live amongst them, and they don't even know enough to know that they're robots and they're not real animals. The only one who knows is, I keep wanting to say Elizabeth, Aloy. And because she was given, like, the DNA memories from Elizabeth Sobek unlocked in her head with that Bluetooth device.
As the main gathering space for control center operatives.
It was actually a really cool story. I'm just not
maybe just a
enjoying
few.
the story of this one as
Start
much.
with, you two go ahead. I'm going to poke around a bit.
That door leads to the west exit.
The Forbidden
But
West.
first, we have much to discuss after you visit the lab.
So this was supposed to be the lab.
That was its intended purpose. Some of the machine data you recovered from the repair bay below us appears to be corrupted. Accessing the terminal in this room will show you how to repair and complete the override.
I'll take a look.
I'm listening. Oh shit. Z. Z. Sleeper. Resident Sleepersville. Scrapper override. An agile scavenger often seen in packs that breaks down machine carcasses for recycling. It continuously scans for threats and will defend its salvage from intruders. So here, it's actually kind of giving you like snippets of what each animal was made to do. Sorry, the story made me nod off there. A herd machine that dissolves natural resources to convert into biofuel. There you go. Its horns can clap shut with great force and shoot fire attacks over long distances. Plowhorn. An acquisition machine that plows the soil before sowing fertilizer and seeds. Look at that. Leaves a trail of fast-growing plants and a cloud of dust that can be used for stealth. Otherwise known as a fart. Wide Maw. An amphibious machine that vacuums up resources into its jaw for processing. In combat, it turns this ability into a variety of dangerous attacks. Oh, I don't have the pieces. I need more Wide Maw pieces. Oh, if I had one... Oh, I was going to say if I had one Fanghorn Antler, I'd be able to unlock that one, but we do have enough to do the Scrapper. Why is he only a highlight? Have we not seen a Scrapper in the game yet? I feel like we have. This machine can now be overridden in the wilds. That's weird. I don't know why he's just a silhouette and all the other ones... Well, I guess that one is too. Maybe we haven't killed enough of them yet to get the data.
Well, I was able to repair some of the corrupted overrides. But it looks like I need data from more machine parts to fix the rest.
My initialization is complete. You may continue to explore the facility, Aloy. When you
I don't
are ready,
wanna.
return to the control room. We have much to discuss.
Hello, may I take your order? This must have been where the
Looks
Burger
like an
King
office.
was. Oh, it was an office,
This
never
would
mind.
have been an access point for advanced training modules on terraforming operations. Unfortunately, those modules were deleted when the Apollo database was destroyed.
That's too bad.
Showers?
What's this space for?
This would have been the sleeping quarters for control center operatives.
Reminds me of the bedhouse aspirants had to sleep in the night before the proving.
Okay, cool story, bro. Is that a toilet? What is this? It stinks. Smells like shit.
So
It
this place
is
was here
shit,
all this
Austin.
time. Built for people who would never show up.
Why didn't they?
Okay. Maybe it's time to talk to Gaia.
She's like, Varl,
leave
shut
you
up. I
to
have
it.
better things to do. Gaia is Mother Earth. That's the whole play on words here. I think.
Hello, Aloy.
Hello.
So you're ready?
Yes. Initialization is complete. All tests show that my heuristic matrix launched correctly and is stable. You must have many questions.
I love how
Yeah. But two big ones first.
the character models are so detailed. You can see the individual pores on their face. That's insane, dude. Go back to like a PlayStation 1 game like Metal Gear Solid and remember how we used to think those graphics were amazing. They're so lifelike. Oh man, it's so realistic. Then you go back and look at it now compared to this, and it's like the guy's head is a polygon. Like literally, like it's a decahedron with like eyes and a mouth painted on the front of it. Like we used to think it looked so real.
Fix the biosphere without making you whole. I ran a search for your subfunctions at the Hades Proving Lab, but Minerva was the only one I found.
Thankfully, the sensory capabilities of this facility are far more advanced. I will search for the others now. Transmitting query pattern.
They were amazing. I refuse to go back and live in a fantasy land. I'm hoping to make a Metal Gear Solid remake one of these days. That was another one of the few games that I've replayed from start to finish like multiple times.
I can find no trace. They are simply gone.
Oh shit, so now we only have to find 3 of them. Sweet. They just shortened the game by half.
And Poseidon are revealed. They lie within reach.
Nice.
Procurable.
I thought the game was going to be like 30 hours. Now it's only going to be 15.
And Hephaestus?
It too stands revealed, but it is not like the others.
That's for sure.
In the years since the extinction signal, Hephaestus has evolved. Moreover, it is not confined to a single location. It haunts the global network that connects cauldrons to each other across the planet.
Hey, that's us.
Making it exceptionally difficult to subdue.
Let me guess. We need it bad?
Correct. Its capabilities are essential. Without it, I can only delay the extinction of life on Earth. Hephaestus is our only hope of a permanent solution.
So we start there?
Unfortunately, we cannot. Procuring Hephaestus can only be attempted.
It's the final
my own
boss,
capabilities
Aloy.
Have been significantly enhanced.
You can't just jump straight to the final
Grab
boss. What do you think
other
this is?
supporting
Breath of the
functions
Wild?
first, Then Hephaestus.
Precisely so.
So, Ether, Demeter, and Poseidon. How do I capture them?
To recover a subordinate function, you will have to travel to its location and find the physical processor to which it escaped. Then, exactly as you did with Minerva, you must use the master override to revert the subordinate
She's so
function
bright.
to its original code state.
My eyes are
And
burning.
then how do I get it back here?
The subordinate function must be loaded onto a data storage device and physically carried back to this facility.
So I can only get one at a
The
time is what
cartridge
you're
your
telling
kernel
me.
was stored on?
Yes. Its capacity is limited, so it can only carry one
Okay.
subordinate function.
That's exactly what you're telling me. Not even
But
subtly.
in all other respects, it will suffice.
Literally just straight up said it.
Maybe you can help me make sense of something. A while
Excuse me.
ago, I had a run-in with a group of strangers.
They were space
Tried to kill
people
me.
in fancy
They had
space
machine
costumes.
servitors and a clone of Elizabeth Sobek with them.
Yes, this was recorded by your focus.
Oh shit, you record everything I see? That's kind of creepy.
Do you know who they are?
The answer to that question is related to the extinction signal that woke Hades, prompting my predecessor's self-destruction.
The extinction signal? Okay, that sounds ominous.
So they're humans that wanted to wipe the planet of humans. That doesn't make any sense. What would be the purpose of
Calculations are complicated, but it appears to have originated 81 trillion kilometers away.
a space station?
a distance so vast that light itself
Holy
requires
shit.
8.61
Jesus.
years to cross it.
Okay, so what's so far away and why does it want us dead?
The Sirius star system.
Sirius Black?
But that's where Far Zenith, their ship.
The Odyssey.
Yes, that's where it was headed.
Yeah, we kind of already pieced all this together last time.
Unless... I don't... Why make it seem like
Or
they
earlier
failed?
on in the game, as a matter of fact. So they're all still alive,
They
obviously.
didn't want anyone to know. They didn't want future humans to think that they were out there.
For some reason, they want to wipe all of humanity off of the planet.
The strangers
So,
who tried to kill me at the Hades Proving Lab? The ones with the clone? Are you saying that they're from... that they're descendants of... Far Zenith?
Yes, that is my conclusion.
oh my gosh.
The 3 subordinate functions that you detected. What
I
do we
wonder
know
why
about
humans want to wipe
All three
life
are
off the
related
Earth again.
Problems currently plaguing the biosphere. Ether is responsible for detoxifying the atmosphere and moderating the weather.
That's
Poseidon
pretty.
controls the organic and chemical composition of water resources.
A robot alligator.
Demeter sows, fertilizes, and tends to plant life.
I don't really know what we're looking
If
at
all
there.
three were
What the hell is that?
restored to me, they would constitute a massive increase to my heuristic processing density. But beware. Their responses to my query pattern were irregular.
Need to restart again, same plot as the Matrix. Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out why they need to restart again. Like, what's wrong with the way it exists now?
Like Minerva. They need to be whole again.
Exactly.
Maybe they decided this this experiment was a waste, and humanity's not improving their technology fast enough, so they need to wipe it clean and start again.
The missing subordinate functions. What can you tell me about them?
Artemis rewilded the Earth with a variety of animal species. Eleuthia was responsible for gestating, nurturing, and acculturating a new generation of human beings.
Oh, why is it missing? That would be so cool. To see like new alien races of humans.
Vast archives of human knowledge and cultural achievements. Unfortunately,
Oh,
all archived Apollo data was...
well, that makes sense as to why their
February
civilization is so
1966
slow on
by
advancement
order
then.
of Ted Pharaoh.
Pharaoh, huh? I really hate that guy.
Because they lost all of the existing knowledge from
He
humanity.
appears to have been pathologically narcissistic, impulsive, and unstable.
All 3 of the missing functions have already served their purpose, or were prevented from doing so. Do you still need them?
If attainable, yes. Restoring their remaining elements would increase my heuristic processing density. Unfortunately, I have no way to track them. They have disappeared without a trace.
Wonder if that's what the DLC's for. So here's an interesting idea. What if you had the ability, like these people clearly do, to like wipe off humanity from the face of the earth, start it over again, and just like keep, like, let's say DNA is like randomly like RNG, right? So like you start a trial process here, and we've already learned in the previous game that this isn't the first attempt. Like this is attempt number like 6 or 7 or something. So what if what they're doing is they just keep resetting it like the old NES system? Like you just keep resetting it until you get the result you want. Like you press the reset button on the NES system once, all of a sudden the screen comes up, the game starts, but it's a little pixelated, it's a little jumbled, doesn't really look quite right. Slam reset a couple times, all of a sudden it's pristine, and like everything works perfectly. What if this is the version of humanity that's like, it works, but it's a little pixelated, and like these people from space, these past future people, so to speak, that created this whole system or this whole program are looking at us going, oh, these humans are okay, but like, what if we randomly generated a strain of humans that like advanced technology faster than our original humanity did? And like in 100 years time, we could be like way beyond the limitations that we have currently with our modern technology. I wonder if that's what it's about. I wonder if they're just restarting it, waiting until they have like a population of like super geniuses.
You said you need Hephaestus to save life from extinction. Why?
Every subordinate function has value, but Hephaestus is by far the most important. Only by recovering and merging it can I regain my ability to design and mass-produce new machines at cauldrons across the planet. Only through it can I program new machines and alter the tasking of existing machines to completely reverse environmental damage. Recovering other subordinate functions may buy us time, but without Hephaestus, I cannot permanently stave off mass extinction.
They would be playing God then, but to what extent? If they're looking for something specific, why not make it yourself? Well, maybe that's the thing, is like their technological capabilities don't allow them to make DNA or form specific DNA strains that would make for genius civilizations. So now they're just hoping that if they keep just spamming reset, some combination of the RNG created DNA will be like, oh, like we've reached the maximum potential of our scientific evolution. So now we have to hope that eventually, like, creating humanity over and over and over again will create some sort of super computer human society that like expands even beyond our scientific capability after years and years and years.
Given Hephaestus'
I think that would actually make a really cool
importance, is there
sci-fi
really no
movie
way to
storyline.
Capture and merge it first.
I'm afraid that is quite impossible. In my present state, launched and merged with Minerva, I am operating at less than 1/5, 18.8%, of my intended processing.
Oh, conveniently, we
capacity.
have to find 4
Hephaestus
subordinates.
dwarfs this figure. Were an attempt made to conduct the merge under these circumstances, Hephaestus would absorb me rather than the other way around. A merge cannot be attempted.
That sounds
until
bad.
my heuristic processing density exceeds its own.
And how many subordinate functions is that going to take?
5, we just said. She's
Merging
1/5.
Ether, Demeter, and Poseidon will expand my heuristic network to 41.6% capacity, exceeding that of Hephaestus.
That's convenient. Yeah, but by that theory, they will never be able to meet their expectation because their project is limited to their ability to make it random. Did you hear apparently Amazon Prime has the rights to make a God of War TV series? That
You
should be
said
interesting.
Hephaestus isn't located in just one place.
I wonder if they're going to have The Rock play him.
Unlike the other subordinate functions, which are confined to discrete.
I don't think The Rock's edgy enough to play Kratos. I think they'd need Batista.
That connects the planet's cauldrons.
So, when the time comes to subdue it, how do we make that happen?
I do not know. While you
And
are
apparently some
retrieving
other
the
streaming
pure
service is making a
subordinate
Gears of
functions,
War series.
I will attempt to find a solution.
And I've heard apparently Horizon is coming out as a movie at some point too. Batista would be a good Kratos. Apparently he wants to be Marcus Phoenix in the Gears of War series.
So, once
But he would
Hephaestus
make a
has
really
been
good
recovered
Kratos.
and merged, you'll regain the capacity to mass-produce machines at cauldrons around the world.
Yes, and to program their behavioral routines, or even control them directly.
What if Gaia is secretly
So
evil?
Could you build an army of machines?
She's going to build an army of
Attack the
superpowered
descendants of
machines
Zenith and take them out?
to kill humans.
It is in my nature to take any and all necessary steps to preserve life on Earth, human life above all. So yes, once I have been empowered with the capacities of Hephaestus, I could design, build, and command such an army. Given the nature of the far zenith threat, doing so may be our only option. I must admit, however, that I have misgivings about using such technology to kill, no matter how aggressive the enemy.
Yeah. We'll kill them all. I get it. Okay.
That's good. It means you have a conscience. As Elizabeth intended.
Aloy's like, it's good to have a conscience, but really, we just need to wipe them all off the face of the earth. Like, I understand you care, but let's be honest, they gotta die, okay? So, Thanks for your concern. I can appreciate the fact that in this game they're doing a lore dump like in the middle of the game. Instead of in the first game, you played the entirety of the 35-hour-long game not knowing what the fuck was happening. Then a lore dump very similar to this happened for like the last hour of the game, explaining everything from start to finish. And I was just kind of like, that was a lot to go through, like, after I've played the entire game. You could have told me all of this stuff, like, halfway through, so I at least knew what was happening at some point. Instead of just, like, going through the game and blindly playing it, not knowing what the fuck was going on. At least now it's, like, doing it early enough on in the game where I'm like, it all makes sense now. I kind of care about what's happening all of a sudden. Hephaestus is the Greek god of fire. Yeah, they're all Greek names of gods. I don't remember what any of them are. Holy shit, man. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. They are literally doing a lore dump.
The sole purpose of the signal was to destroy life on Earth, right? Why would descendants of Far Zenith want to do that?
At this point, we can only speculate.
I mean, Earth posed no threat to them. We don't have the technology to get in their way. We didn't even know about them.
True.
Unless... well... could it be that they want the planet for themselves? The strangers I ran into, they were after a Gaia backup of their own. I mean, if they did that, if they booted their own Gaia and boosted her power, until she could take control of Hephaestus...
We're gonna have a Gaia versus Gaia boss fight at the end of the game.
Then yes, the system could be used to do what the extinction signal failed to accomplish.
What if you put two Gaias on one planet? You could have a super Earth.
To build an entirely new biosphere to their specifications.
So they could be trying to do the same thing we are.
But with opposite results.
Extinction instead of salvation. Well, this is not good.
Well, that's an understatement of the history of the world.
You said Sirius is really far from Earth.
81 trillion kilometers, or 8.611 light years.
Right. So, how would the descendants have gotten here?
On a spacecraft much like the Odyssey, though significantly more advanced. The journey from Earth to Sirius would have taken the Odyssey almost 300 years. This appears to have been much faster. If their ship departed Sirius at the same moment the extinction signal first began transmitting, the journey was made in just 29 years at an average of 0.297 the speed of light. If they did not set out for Earth until they learned of the extinction signal's failure, the journey was even faster, a mere 13 years, or 0.662 the speed of light.
Okay, enough. You're making my head spin.
Yeah, and to think we've only gone through like a quarter of the lore here. So here's a weird idea. What if my idea is kind of right, but what these guys did is they took a copy of Gaia, although they're after a copy of Gaia, so maybe that's not the case. But what if wherever they ended up in their Odyssey ship in space, they landed on a planet. Let's say they had a working copy of Gaia at that point, which they would have had because they said there was one on the ship, but we thought it blew up. And they landed on the planet. They like supersized their Gaia, like advanced human race like capability, made super advanced technology beyond anything our current humanity is able to do. And that's why they had a spaceship that was able to travel like 2 light years per year or whatever the hell she said. Or like 0.2 light years a year or whatever the hell she said, you know?
The descendants I ran into at the Hades Proving Lab...
And that's why they all have like super advanced spacesuits.
...of Elizabeth Sobek. So that's consistent with the idea that they came here to salvage Zero Dawn technologies, right?
Yes. As your own experience demonstrates, a clone of Elizabeth Sobek functions in effect as a key to the terraforming system.
But how could they have made a clone?
The Odyssey carried approximately 200,000 human zygotes, millions of animal zygotes, and billions of plant seeds. It is conceivable that Elizabeth Sobek's genetic material was sampled, with or without her knowledge, and carried aboard the ship in storage.
That's... okay, but... I mean... This clone...
Or, hear me out.
How could she participate in this? Destroying Elizabeth's dream? It's
But
evil.
they gave her a lobotomy.
It is difficult to know. Perhaps she is loyal to the group and shares their objectives. Or perhaps she is a subordinate and has no choice but to comply with their orders.
Elizabeth Sobek, a subordinate?
What if we
I
save
don't think so.
beta copy of Elizabeth Sobek and we become 2 Elizabeth Sobeks? But what about this theory? So they had human zygotes, animal zygotes, and plant. What if what they did once they got to space is they just started spam breeding all 3 of them in combination? Just slamming each other's, you know, breeding parts together, and they created some sort of combination of human animal seed being. And
The extinction signal didn't just wake Hades. It made every
they started
subordinate
spawning these
function
weird
self-aware.
superpowered humans.
Why?
I have wondered this myself. So far as I can tell, Hades was the sole target, and the partial sentience imparted to other subordinate
Ew
functions
is right.
was incidental.
Very ew.
So the signal could only have been sent by someone who had thorough knowledge of the system, huh?
Yes. The signal's design was exceptionally precise and highly advanced. Were its intentions less malevolent, I would admire the intellect or intellects that produced it.
So clearly they've done something that made humanity be able to advance their technology capabilities well beyond anything we had before.
How did you figure out that the extinction signal came from Sirius?
The key came with data on your focus, from Silent's interrogation of Hades. The duration of the signal itself, 17.22 years.
That doesn't make sense. You said that the signal took 8.6 years to arrive from Sirius. Why would the signal keep transmitting after it was received and you blew yourself up?
Because the sender didn't know that had happened until it received notice from Hades.
Which would take another 8.6
8.6 years, yeah.
Only then would the sender stop broadcasting, after a total of 17.22 years.
That's interesting,
The
huh?
duration, halved, gave me the distance the signal traveled. With that in mind, I simply scanned my astronomical database for any relevant location 8.6 light-years away. Because it was far Zenith's intended destination, Sirius was the only logical source.
They're doing some actual, like, scientific-y calculating.
So the descendants came to Earth on a spaceship. I guess we can assume that their technology is powerful in all sorts of ways, right?
Yes, as your encounter with them at the Proving Lab amply demonstrates, they appear to make extensive use of robotic servitors.
And they even have
They
VR.
seem to be equipped with
Come
some
on,
kind of
they're
protective
unstoppable.
energy field that shields them from harm.
Yeah, no kidding. The one I fought seemed indestructible.
Throughout history, every defensive technology has eventually been defeated by an offensive counterpart. For example, assuming I absorbed Hephaestus and utilized it to create a large force of combat machines. No shielding could withstand such an assault indefinitely.
So there's hope.
Always.
Weird.
What is the state of the biosphere? Is the terraforming system functioning at all?
In a sense, the terraforming system never stopped functioning.
Just not as
The
well.
difference, since my predecessor's destruction, is that there has been no central governing intelligence to monitor its robotic agents.
So they're all just going AWOL.
Tasks. As a result, errors have accrued, and day by day, the biosphere has gradually veered ever more sharply towards destruction. In recent months, disturbances in the biosphere have become obvious. But these bellwether phenomena offer just the merest glimpse of the complex and accelerating cycles of environmental dysfunction, now driving Earth's biosphere towards collapse.
Who the hell wrote this game? Like,
And you can't
this is
do
kind of like the
anything to stop
sci-fi
it.
stuff that like you'd see in like
You can
Star Trek or
return
something.
Ether, Poseidon, and Demeter to me. I can improvise modest corrections to parts of the system. Weather will improve, water will be purified, and rampant plant growth curtailed. But such corrections will not stave off collapse. They will only buy us time. Only with Hephaestus can I design and produce new robotic agents designed to permanently reverse the damage that has accumulated. All efforts must be directed toward that end.
So if we actually successfully get all of the different parts that we need and capture Hephaestus at the end of the game, technically there wouldn't be any sequels. Because then at that point, like, all of the robots would be good. They'd all be in line doing their given job from the first place. We would all live in harmony. The Earth would restore its health. Like, there would be no way to have another sequel. So is this like the last game?
How long do we have then?
At present rates, without additional factors, the biosphere will cross a point of no return in approximately 4
I thought it was going to be longer than that. What the hell?
And if I gather Ether, Demeter, Poseidon...
Probably going to take me longer than that to
you
finish
with
this game.
We will only gain a few months more.
Oh, shit.
Every bit counts.
That's a much more positive outlook than I would have in your position. I'd be like, well, why the fuck are we even bothering then? We're only buying 2 more months of life?
I guess I should get going and start...
Should be out there
bringing back
living it up on the beach,
functions.
enjoying the last couple months
What
we
can you
have.
tell me about their locations?
When my predecessor destroyed herself, the subordinate functions sought physical processors capable of holding them. So in each case, you will be looking for a powerful computer of some kind. Ether is the closest, and therefore might be the easiest to acquire. However, it appears to be in the middle of Tanakh territory.
Ah, those sissies, I can take
My
them.
knowledge of that tribe is limited to data I read on your focus, but they seem to have a significant inclination towards violence.
Yeah, they kind of just murdered everybody
That's
earlier.
a nice way to put it. What about Poseidon and Demeter?
Poseidon has taken shelter in the desert south of this location. My substratal geography data indicates that a major old-world settlement called Las Vegas...
Las Vegas.
A ruin in the middle of the desert, huh? Strange place for an AI devoted to water.
Agreed. As for Demeter, it appears to be located on the coast to the far west.
Los Angeles.
Unfortunately, I am unable to provide any relevant data about the region. As such, it may be the most difficult to retrieve.
Okay, so 3 subordinate functions to go after. Ether, somewhere in Tanakh territory. Poseidon in the desert, and Demeter on the coast.
Where will you begin?
Your mom's house. Probably Ether, considering it's the only one that's not, like... That's interesting that it actually lets you choose. Because technically you could go for the harder of the 3 first, and then from that point on the game would probably be a cakewalk. I mean, I guess technically we want to go for Ether first, right? But what happens if I say Demeter instead?
I think I'll try for Demeter.
Oh shit, I didn't know I was locking in the decision. You didn't even give me a chance to tell you.
On your focus. Acquiring it might allow me to reduce rampant plant growth.
I don't know if I want that decision. Let me go back. You didn't even read just filbert it or anything and tell me if it's my final answer.
Control over machines that it offers to permanently stabilize the biosphere. Should you change your mind, you can update your objective via your focus interface at any time. I will also transmit a summary of available data on all of the subordinate functions to you for reference. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Yeah, can I change my mind?
Deal to accomplish.
Can I change my mind?
I do, don't I?
Is something wrong?
I don't know. It's just that... Elizabeth set the bar pretty high. She had a dream for you, for life
I don't
on
think the
Earth.
game was just gonna let me choose like
A
the
lot has
hardest
gone
one in the
wrong,
entire
and it's
game to
all
go
on my
for
shoulders
first.
to fix it. Do you think I can do it all? Repair the system, defeat Varzenith, live up to her example?
Absolutely.
Wow, that is some
In her last
confidence.
message, my predecessor declared her unwavering conviction in your success. In you, all things are possible. You prevailed in purging Hades and rebooting my system core. You will prevail in this.
Thank you, Gaia. Well, I guess I should get going.
I have to go save the entire planet in 4 months or
One
less.
leads onward to the west. The other leads back down the mountain to Plainsong, should you wish to return east.
We're finally going to the Forbidden West.
Whoa! Gonna have to get used to that. That's you, Aloy?
Yeah. Gaia's opened the exits to this place. Can you and Zoe meet me by the west door?
Be right there.
Why did some of the captions randomly have a black background in them and then other ones didn't? That was weird. What's this?
Gaia? What is this?
Well, that's what I just
It
asked.
is a control console for a drone-based imaging system connected to this dome. I will transfer
Drones?
relevant data to your focus.
Oh, is it like a side quest?
So this Cyclops
Yeah.
is a network of drones to monitor the deteriorating biosphere conditions. I guess it was meant to display on the dome, but the drones aren't connected anymore. If I find the drones out in the wilds, I could get the data from them, use it to reconnect them and restore the display.
See, now I'm actually kind of interested in the story of the game now that we know what's
I need
happening.
to bring Demeter back for Gaia. Laurel
I kind
and
of-
Zoe are waiting for me by the west exit.
Kind of
I
regret
could
choosing
head
the
back
hardest
east
one
first.
first, but
Check on how Plainsong's doing after the attack. Or I could also look around here some more.
no, not looking around here.
Yes. I think it'll be better this way.
Oh no, she's breaking up with him.
After you, Aloy.
That sounded like a breakup conversation if I've ever heard one. Poor guy. Oh, it's the Breath of the Wild reveal. Only 20 hours into the game. Yeah. We finally started the game
I
proper.
need to head further west. To, get more of Gaia's components. Make her stronger. You two can stay here.
Snowing.
In the meantime.
What the hell?
Gaia can help.
Idle
with
screen
notice
incoming.
board.
Pretty much what it feels like, yeah.
I'm not trying to shut you out. It's like training.
Actually, I'm gonna go back east to get Erend. Bring him here. Look, allies, friends can help. We have a place to stay now. And like you said, Gaia can teach us, catch us up. It'll be okay.
Okay. Take these then.
One to wear, one for backup.
While you're at it, stop by Stone's Echo and look for Milu. Give her a message for Talana that I found a way over the mountains.
Will do.
Are you going with him?
You have one of those blue
No.
Bluetooth chips to Errant.
After what happened in the cave below,
So everybody can have one.
I want to stay here a while. There is much I need to understand. Maybe
Enjoy
by
your
the time
last
you
2
get
months,
back,
by the way. I mean, enjoy your
I'll have
life.
a thing or two I can teach you.
Looking forward to it.
Oh damn, that's an innuendo
When will you
right
be
there.
back?
I'm not sure. But hopefully I'll
She
have
essentially
one of
just said
Gaia's
she's gonna
mission
go get
components
some
with me.
freaky deaky and
Be
learn
careful
some
out
new
there.
skills to share with.
Even in Plainsong, we heard how
When
the
she gets
Tenakth
back.
clanlands are suffering from storms, machines, and now Regala.
Don't worry about me. I'll be fine.
Good hunting, Aloy.
It's all snowy over on this side. What the heck?
The Tenakth clanlands.
What was that?
Somewhere out there's 3 of Gaia's subfunctions. And who knows what else.
That is a really cool view. The Sea of Sands. Oh, look at the world,
Seems
man.
quieter when it snows.
The Broken Sky. Holy shit, I have like 5 main quests. Well, I know I've been doing some shorter streams lately, but I got a lot of stuff I got to do after stream, so I've been cutting them off a little early. This seems like as good of a place as any to stop for tonight. We'll be back next weekend, Sunday and Monday at 8 p.m. Central to check out the actual Forbidden West. What the hell is that? Looks like a giant robot skeleton of something. But anyway, hopefully you guys are enjoying this. I'm actually more excited about the game right in this moment than I have been this entire first quarter of the game so far. Oh man, look at the colors changing as the sun peaks up over the... That's crazy. Like, as I've been talking, everything just kind of turned like bright reddish purple. But I'm actually the most excited I've been since the beginning of the game, because now I feel like we actually have a story and we have like an idea of what the hell we're doing. So I like that. Like, I don't like playing a game not knowing what the heck is going on. That was like my main complaint of the first game, is you didn't know what was going on until you're at the end of the game. And then it was like, finally, it all makes sense. At least now it feels like some of this is making sense as to why we even have a sequel in the first place. That's a really cool effect, by the way. That's cool. I like that a lot. Oh, the sun's gone. That was cool. We all got to see a sunset. Look at that. That's cool. But anymore. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good week and enjoy it. Play some fun games and come back and tell me all about it. I will see you all next time. See ya.